This is not financial advice. I just want you to put your oven mitts, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. Now, don't invest in companies you don't understand and don't believe in, because if they dip, family, just make sure you talk to a licensed financial advisor in your area. Investing carries risk, but when you know how to take a calculated risk, that's when you're going to be able to do those things that you're trying to do, aka make some money around here. And I'm looking to make a whole lot of money, especially with the particular cryptocurrency, which I can't tell you to buy, hold, or sell, but it's XRP. And if you hold even one of them, let me know in the chat. Now, like I said before, I'm looking to make money with this, but that doesn't mean I got to be a crash test dummy and just buy it at any price. I like to get it low. And in this one, I actually want to get it significantly lower than my average if I'm willing to buy right now, because my bags are already loaded. XRP is currently $2.97, up 6% in the last week. However, when XRP was pushing up closer to the $3.50 range, almost $4 range, I had told you, and I made a video, that I'm not buying it up there. I want to buy it way lower. Many of you have seen that video, and I tell you exactly where I'm looking to buy it. And it's that price that I saw on April 8th, 2025. And if we don't get down to that price, then I'm willing to dollar cost average. And I want to encourage you to join tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Keenan Grace, Stock Up with Larry Jones, and Chris Sane in the masterclass. We will teach you everything you need to know to have more success in the market the same way that we've been having success in the market. This is going to be October 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern or 5 p.m. Pacific. If you can't make it, cool. If you get in on a spot right now, you're going to get the recording. But this is going to be one that you don't want to miss. A one-time payment of $97. And if you have $97 to invest in yourself, you do not want to miss this one. I'm telling you right now, the link is in the top of the description. And XRP, where I'm looking to buy it, is at about $1.61. Now, I know the people who are bullish on it, they're thinking to themselves, Keenan, I can't believe you turned into a bear. No, I'm not a bear. My bags are already loaded, meaning I only want to get it if I'm getting it at some crazy discount. But if I'm not, then I'm just going to hold on to what I have right here and take the ride straight up where it's going to go long term. Now, it could come down, like I said, but if it does, that's when I want to buy it. But for now, I'm in a position of holding it. And I want to ask you, are you trying to buy more XRP right now? Put a B in the chat. Are you trying to sell XRP right now? Put an S in the chat. Or are you trying to hold on to your XRP right now today? Put an H in the chat. If you're trying to hold me, I will put an H in the chat because I'm just holding on right here. If I went all the way down to those prices, which I don't even think we're going to see for a while, if ever, then I would just buy it down there. However, XRP is one of those plays that in this $2 range, family, we could look back at this one in the future and see XRP at $15. But then I like it on a dip. However, if we start to see these technical breakouts hitting into the $4 range, this is the sign that we can head towards your $6 and even your $10 range. Because long term, that's why I'm holding on to my XRP. I believe that we could see prices 3 times from here, even more than that potentially, but I know that there's no guarantees. So then what I'm going to do is have an amount of XRP that I'm comfortable with and hold on to it and don't even look at my account. But the biggest dog in the game, Bitcoin. Let me know if you have any Bitcoin, right? BTC in the chat, so I know who I'm talking to again. It's currently $121,000. My average on Bitcoin was about $15,000. My average on this account right here is now $91,000. Guess why? Because I said I can't hold on to that average of $15,000. I can't have it anymore because I want more Bitcoin. So I have to basically divorce my Bitcoin average and marry my Bitcoin asset, meaning I'm holding on to it long term. And I'm not married to the average anymore, because I think when we look back at Bitcoin and Bitcoin is headed up towards 200,000, then I'm gonna be thinking to myself, I wish I would have bought more when it was 121. How many of us, like I asked in the past, have seen Bitcoin at certain prices and you saying to yourself, man, I wish I would have just bought it there. I don't want to say that to myself 10 years from now. So I'm buying it right here, right now. So me 10 years from now has a chance, if Bitcoin continues the way that it does, to have significantly more money. I know that I'm taking on a risk in cryptocurrency. That's why I didn't put every single dollar that I have into it. I'm trying to get a higher allocation of my portfolio in cryptocurrency so that it makes sense. But I have my stocks. I'm not 50-50 on it. I'm much more into stocks than I am having an allocation in the crypto, but I'm building out my crypto so that it's a really substantial part of my portfolio. And I'm trying to be a crypto millionaire very soon. Here's some of the news that's making me believe that the cryptocurrency market including XRP, including things like Ethereum, including things like Solana, including especially Bitcoin, can still pump up. Bitcoin is like the tide, and like they say, you heard it 100 times, the rising tide raises all ships. Bitcoin is the tide. All of the altcoins, the alternatives to Bitcoin, they are the ships that are sitting on it. So if Bitcoin rises, they're very likely to rise too. But Bitcoin price prediction, they're saying that it's going to reach about 250K at the end of the year. Now, who was saying that specifically? The big dog itself, Tom Lee. He said that Bitcoin is going to 250 and potentially even 200 in the next 3 months. Does that mean it's going to happen? The answer is no. You can't just believe everything you hear. When you think about this, you're hearing little sound bites. You're not looking at the whole lecture that they were doing. You're not looking at the whole presentation. And they're saying that with what's going on, which I'll tell you in just a moment, then they can see that this is happening. The next one is Ethereum. This is $4,400. I'm looking to get more Ethereum because I can see this one going to 10,000. It don't have to happen at the end of the year. Bitcoin don't got to go to 250 by the end of the year, but I'm looking to load up on these because I believe long term they can hit these. And I'm thinking if we don't get a crypto winter very soon, then that means it can happen in the next at least 1 to 2 years. But if we drop down even crazier, and that's the thing with cryptocurrency, it could cut in half, it could drop down 70%, but you got to be willing to buy more of it down there. Because if you like it up here, you should love it down there. But then you just got to stop looking at your account. That's how people have gotten really rich off of cryptocurrency. They got into the big main ones, and then they roll through the dips, and they stop looking at their account, and then they wake up one day and like, whoa, look at that. Ethereum, Tom Lee said that he thinks this one going about 10 to 12K by the end of the year. And Bitcoin, like I said, 200,000 to 250 by the end of the year. And these are the reasons why. One of them is the Fed, they cut the interest rates and they're planning to print over $1 trillion. These things often make themselves right back into the market, the crypto and the stock market. When the Fed is printing all this money, it flows to the top and the people at the top are holding stocks and crypto. The other thing, where New York is fighting inflation, they're saying that there's so much money in the system that what they're going to do is send $400 to everybody because there's too much money in the system with what they're calling the inflation refund check. So just like I said, when more money is infused to the system from the Fed or from these states giving an inflation refund check, which is backwards, it flows to the top. So these are the reasons why you're hearing that it's very likely that Bitcoin and Ethereum have a longer term outlook and are going to push. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I see you on that masterclass tomorrow. I'm ready to go, family. I cannot wait. I love y'all. The link is in the top of the description. And if you have $97, I'm telling you this, invest in yourself. That one-time payment. I see you over there, and take care.